Welcome to Bad Gear, the show about the world's most hated audio tools. While the current clone wars have taken care of providing us with countless analog synths collecting dust next to mousepads, many digital synth icons are still waiting for their resurrection. Today we are going to talk about Wavestate MKII, Korg's second attempt not to create a true successor to the original 1991 Wavestation. Admittedly, even the first Wavestate came with almost every feature a Raspberry Pi can handle, but as soon as wave sequencing aficionados got used to its many quirks, Korg not only started to mess with its resale value by releasing this suspiciously similar looking facelift, but is now asking for big bucks for the synth people actually wanted to buy in the first place. At the first glance, the MKII is ticking all the roided up Rompler boxes, a large library of basic tones ranging from nice multi-samples to Prophet VS classics, every film student's dream, and what sounds like the sample folder of a bedroom producer.
You can load your own samples too.
And we will talk about the awesomeness of joysticks in a minute. When compared to its ancestor, a few features are missing. Gone is the monumental structure with its 8 parts, boasting multi-oscillator-like 4 voices each, so you will have to make do with 4 multi-timbral layers, with 1 sample or wave sequence each, resulting in lack of sync and only 1/8 of the maximum sample count per single note of the original. It does come with additional functionality like 96 voices of polyphony, which is also the main advantage over its direct predecessor, a rich selection of filter types, bigger sample memory, a synthesis philosophy overhaul, and a much more inviting yet plasticky user interface. In spite of the knob-laden front panel, wave sequencing remains a book with 7 seals to many synthesists. And while the overall concept is easy to understand, the mind-numbing depth of the synth engine requires you to menu dive this Mariana Trench of parameters using a Game Boy display. Every part allows you to program several sequencer lanes of up to 64 steps, having a direct impact on the evolution of every single note you play. Define the timing of events within your tone and either go for choppy sequences or epic crossfades. Independent of this, the sample lane lets you switch samples mid-note. Pitch is great for creating auto-accompaniment like musical motifs. You can find envelope per note style sound design options in the shape lane. Gate takes care of note length, and additional modulations can be triggered from the step sequencer. Master lane forces other sequencers to restart and brings order to the universe. Individual pattern length, complex loop point management, and per step probability turns all this into a powerful tool for generative music. In case you're still not completely overwhelmed by the synth's possibilities, you might want to spend a few weeks wrapping your head around the modular-grade modulation matrix. There are few more conventional sound shaping facilities, namely 4 LFOs, 3 ADSRs and a vector envelope. The latter lets you automate the vector synth engine, which is a fancy term for adjusting the level of layers and other parameters using the joystick. Routing of the FX section is surprisingly basic. This psychedelic experience of a synthesizer is trapped in a feeble and lightweight enclosure garnished with a minimalist rear panel and mediocre aftertouch-less keypad, a problem you can solve by throwing money at Korg and getting either one of the even more costly SEs or resorting to humble plug-in use. Thanks to Klangfarbe for lending me one of their floor models. An early 0 years VST and workstation add-ons aside, a remake of the original Wavestation was long overdue. Can Wavestation 2 deliver? Do we have to get the top shelf version, or will the plugin do the trick? You have already heard the synth in today's intro tune. Sorry, I got a little carried away here. I wanna know if we can create some less cliched sounds for the first jam. Punchy samples, the filters sound smooth, and there are hardly any limitations to the weirdness of your patches. I tried very hard to maneuver around the Rompler cheese, but ultimately failed. Time to give up completely and explore both the versatility of the synth and a universe of 90s kitsch. Surprising to find out that Wavestate is an interesting, albeit unorthodox drum machine, and some of the bread and butter sounds are really great. The keypad is definitely not worthy of a synth in that price range, and I was struggling with sync issues and other MIDI trouble. Wavesequencing synths are oftentimes associated with atmospheric cling-clang sounds, but also make for formidable rave machines. Let's put it to the test in this Stay Hydrated kit and bring your goth friends 90s dance floor eclecticism. Korg Wavestate might be the fanciest way to step through a large number of samples in a musically meaningful fashion. The underlying engine sounds great, it is incredibly deep, and chances are you will just scratch the surface if you don't put in a serious amount of time. All that being said, they're not exactly affordable, and given the cheap feel of the base models, mostly cosmetic advantages of the SEs and general 90s handheld console RPG interface, the official software version might be preferable for actually making music. It seems like this is probably the most elaborate marketing campaign to sell a plugin. Thanks for watching and see you next time! Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the episode. Feel free to like, subscribe, become a patron and leave a comment what other kind of gear you would like to see and hear on the show.